Money, 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 make you shut him mouth. Don't never ever talk about it if you never had the clout. You don't know what to say, stay up out of my way. Money, 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 make you shut him mouth. You playing with these goonies, boy, I'm gonna have to make the call. Stay in bounds on your pivot, boy, if you gon' ball. A lot of niggas be fake, and you really can't play. Cause we done got it out the mud, nigga, what you talking about? Screaming, oh my God, money got me pride. They living a lie, look into my eyes, they might seem surprised. This is homicide, we just multiply. We been on the rise. If we got some wings, fuck it, we gon' have to fly. Money, 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 what I'm talking about. Day in my life, take me a different route. Use all my case, niggas on my face. You can get it right, what you talking about? Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really wanna play, you don't know what to say. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one who always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play, you don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. You never crossing these borders. I'm whipping it up, Gordon Ramsay. I swear that I'm cooking these orders. You talk about me, you better just hope that you can just really afford it. I'm ballin', I'm ballin', I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm feeling like Robert Horry. Nigga, I'm scoring. I count in the morning. They talk about me, then I gotta ignore it. My bitches be foreign. So independent, my money be corporate. These rappers is boring. You hate me and I'm always gonna adore it. I'm smoking that soaring. She always go ahead, let me explore it. I call her my Dora. You can go and talk about me, I ain't flawless. I go put my all in. If a nigga talk about me, then I'm gone in. You know that I'm gone in. Jump in, take trips, Pompeii. All day, always keep 3 stacks like Andre. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it, man. And you can never, ever, ever get rid of that. So watch what you say, and watch how you do. If you play the game, then you play by the rules. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you been talking about. You don't really wanna play, you don't know what to say. Money, 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 money's what I'm talking about. We don't really know what you always been talking about. And I don't wanna be the one who always really talk about. And you don't really wanna play, you don't know what to say. It's money, 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 money's what I'm talking about.
Okay, what up, 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 what up? It is your man 151. We at the bar radio. I'm with Dion Joy.
The one and only.
The one and only Dion Joy. We got a lot to talk about.
Definitely. Let's talk about. I'm gonna get my phone set up the right way.
Hold on a second.
Oh,
she got it. So, we got a lot to talk about. For those that, if you see Dion Joy, you want to get plugged in, this is the lady to go to. I've hung around with her for several years, and we've gone to non-regular places, which means when you're at the club, we're partying somewhere totally different. Mansions and stuff like that, dealing with different type of people. So, what's going on, Dion?
A little bit of everything is going on. I'm always up to something. So shout out to Rakim 151 and at the bar for having me yet again. This is like my home.
Definitely.
I'm usually good with the mic. What's going on? Can you get it to? Can't get it to work right.
Oh shit. But there's a lot going on. You texted me last night. So I guess we have to talk about that. So you texted me last night. You said, "Are you watching the debate?" So then,
Yes,
so then,
debate.
So then I turned on the debate, and it was terrible. Um,
That shit was funny. I had such a great time watching the debate. You know, and cannabis is so essential. It made the debate all the more fun. Like, I don't know if I was laughing harder than Joe Biden or not. Like, I felt like he was high at some point. Like, he was just cheesing, laughing the whole time.
I felt I felt like at some point, you know, Joe Biden allowed himself to get bullied.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, you know, when you're dealing with a dude, because I'm a New Yorker, so when you're dealing and by nature we wake up bullying people. Like as a New Yorker, when the doctor slaps you on the ass, you probably slap him back, just for the sake because you're a New Yorker.
And then your mama and your daddy would slap you too.
Yeah. So I felt like he jolly like got bullied a little bit, because
yeah, Trump is a savage, yo. He didn't give a fuck. He was just it was it took it too far.
It took it too far, but it also when you allow a person to dictate the conversation and you're swinging it and like bringing up stuff that's irrelevant to the thing, like when he started bringing up his son.
Yeah, he definitely did that.
Personally,
and he was like, not the one that died though. I wasn't talking about that one. I was talking about the addict. That's the one I'm talking about. It's like shit.
I personally would like. I wouldn't even dignify that with a comment. Like he forced him to address it. He forced him to talk about on national TV in a presidential debate that your son was an addict, and that's something that everyday people go through. But it's just when you allow people to, like, I just thought he was a bully. And I think he allowed himself to. Now there are moments of class of I think that that Joe Biden did handle himself a little well on certain situations, but I can just tell he was frustrated.
I still don't know what he's gonna do for the country though.
I don't know what either one of them gonna do for the country.
We know what one's gonna do for the country because he's been there. You know what I'm saying? We know what the one is gonna do. I want to know what the other ones are gonna do to change this shit. I felt like I was watching the movie The Campaign, like in real life. Like I felt like we was watching Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis go back and forth.
Oh yeah, I remember
on the podium. Like this motherfucker was funny.
Somebody just needs to punch a baby.
I know, right? That would really that up to you. You'll do that shit.
Hey, yeah. Yes, I would.
Yeah, so but it's like oh yeah, and by the way, if you aren't for Trump, I do have some anti-Trump merchandise for sale at DionJoy.com/shop. Make sure you go to the online store, get your dump Trump gear or the Not My President gear for your collection and rock that shit.
Definitely. It was sad when he basically would not admit about he wouldn't say anything bad about like KKK and white supremacist groups, but not expect it. And the thing about it is, and we were just talking about this, and personally, I'm not saying Trump is racist, but I'll say this: if you know where your main supporters are on national TV, you are not going to denounce them.
Yeah, it's a chess move.
I don't think because some of these black people in the early '90s, whether you were Snoop, Wu Tang, or whatever, some of y'all are in videos with Trump and were partying with him, and Trump was a symbol of money and power for people. Then he became president, you disliked him, whatever.
Right.
So I don't think that he's racist. I don't really know, but that's just my opinion. But he's not going to. It was a good trap question, and he maneuvered around it the best way he could because he's not going. He knows that 90% of the people that support him are racist, so he knows that I'm not going to upset those people.
Right. So
I'm going to vote. So I don't want to lose my vote because
I'm gonna keep the racist vote. So
And he's going to keep the racist vote because there's a lot of people.
They're not going to vote for Joe Biden.
Exactly. Now with Biden, when he answered the question and he was talking about police brutality and stuff like that, his answers kind of disappointed me. He didn't say nothing. He didn't really say nothing too bad, but he didn't say. He mentioned defunding the police real quick, like they'll do defund the police. And
he mumbled that shit. He said it real quick, and then but he also.
It's not just me though. It's not just me because you felt the same way, right?
My favorite part was when he called Joe Biden stupid. I was like, damn. He was like, you can't even talk to me. Don't even use the word smart when you're talking to me. I'm like, oh shit.
I think Joe Biden did call him a clown. Like it got to the point, like it was damn near two kindergartens, and it's like, damn, this is the person I've never seen a president.
It's like the white presidential versus. Like who's gonna win that shit? Like they were just going back and forth.
They
With
would
the
bet on
dumbest shit.
if they started doing Mama Jones, like who got the best snack, who got the best
Yeah, they were
dozens.
talking about the children, so why not go on the mamas? You know.
But it was, I mean, to me, it didn't make me feel like I wanted to vote for either one of the people, to be honest. And it didn't come out there like, it didn't make me come out there and be like, yeah, Biden's the man. It made me said, it made me feel like I felt earlier, who's going to be the lesser of two evils.
Exactly. It's like, it's no wonder I'm like, oh shit, this person has to run our country. It's not even like that. I don't get that feeling at all.
You know, exactly. And I think that's the biggest problem with this election. I think that was the biggest problem with the last election. You know, even with Hillary, like, it was the lesser of two evils. When you have to use the term the lesser of two evils.
You damned if you do, damned if you don't. So it's like, either way, people are going to be mad. Like, that's, you know, there's no way around that. There's going to be a large group of people that are going to be upset after the election. That's a fact.
I definitely
don't know who.
I definitely think there is. And you know, it's one of those situations like when I voted for Hillary, I didn't come out the poll to be like, "Yay, I voted." I was like, "Ah."
Yeah, it's like you just want to get somebody so the person you don't like will win. You just don't want somebody to. You want them to lose, so you're gonna vote for this person. That's all it is. Because
so. You know, here's the thing. I'm a big fan of The Secret. I got like all three of their books, and I got their movie. I don't got the new movie though. But one of the things is that they said, and Mother Teresa said this. She said, "I would never go to an anti-war rally. I would go to a pro-peace rally." And here's the thing. There are, because when you anti against something, you give it. That's why the war on drugs.
Giving it power.
Yes, and that's why the war on drugs never was won, because we were anti-drugs, but it's still giving it power.
Yeah.
The universe doesn't know dislike; it just knows if you speak it or you feel it.
Exactly.
That's what attracts to you. Exactly. So the problem that we had was we had a lot of people in the last election that were anti-Trump, but we didn't have enough people that were pro-Hillary.
Right.
And it's almost the same
thing now. Yeah, it's the same thing.
So I just don't. I see a lot of anti-Trump. Cool.
Yeah, no question about that.
No question. I don't see a lot of pro-Biden.
I see a lot of pro-Trump too. It's like all about Trump though. Either way you look at it, it's like either you talking about how much you love him, or you talking about how much you hate him.
And and when you speak to the universe, it doesn't say love and hate. It says it's giving this energy to the person.
There.
And
you can't have one without the other. There's no such thing. That's why I don't hate nobody. Like, that's giving you too much power. I don't have time to hate on you. I don't even fuck with you, so I don't give a shit. Be you, do you. I don't care.
And that's the thing. When people are anti something, like, you're still giving it energy. You know? You ever, and this is what you got to think about. Have you ever told your friend, like you was anti your friend dating somebody, and the more you told that friend, don't date that person,
with children, though. Children
the more they date that person.
The more you tell someone to do something, the more they're going to want to do that shit. They're like, oh shit, well, why can't I do it? Is it fun? Does it feel good? You know, what is it? I want to try it out.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about that psychology, but you know, what if no one voted? What if people said, fuck that shit? We don't want either one of these motherfuckers in here. Let's not vote for anybody. Like, come on. But people are so, like, used to having someone or an entity tell them what to do. They're just, like, picking people to take over.
At this point, I'm reevaluating Kanye's position in this race.
Well, we're going to write his ass in. We're going to vote for Kanye. My line buddy. Yay, Kanye.
Can't be no worse. It can't be no worse. It can't be no worse.
Hey.
Because, and here's the funny thing too, is like, and we talk about perception. So and I'm a big Kanye fan. Do I agree with everything
Right.
he
Shout out to
does? No.
Kanye.
But the perception of him when he said these things and do these things, we think of him being out of his mind and being crazy and stuff like that.
I don't think those
It's a
things.
it's a thing. It's a thin line between being a genius and being crazy. But the thing is too is
Facts.
when these other people say these things and do these radical things, we never say that about them.
Yeah, it's because you know he's dealing with bipolar. Okay, that may take it to a certain level,
90% of the
but
politicians bipolar.
he's smart. Exactly, he's smart as shit though, and the things that he's saying are like real life, like legit, and he makes strategic moves and shit like that. And it's like people are also like they can't even control themselves or love themselves enough. They feed off of talking bad about someone or feeding into the bad energy and the hate and the they're talking bad about him or like stop judging people, and because you don't agree with or don't like what they say or what they do, you're just like throwing shit at them. They calling them names. You're you know down. You're shaming them and things like that. Why? Why? Because someone acts a certain way, and then if they do have a mental illness, it's like, well, they have a mental illness, so then why are you talking about these people? You want to talk about someone with Down syndrome. You want to talk about someone who's lost their leg from fighting in the war or anything like that. So why are you going to talk about someone who's going through something or they say something that's crazy?
But it's not just crazy that you just disagree with. So
Exactly.
so when because keep in mind he's been doing radical things his whole career.
Hmm.
When he said on national TV George Bush didn't white people we didn't care about black people, we applaud him. When he interrupted Taylor Swift and said Beyonce had one of the greatest videos of all time, we applaud him. Like his behavior hasn't changed.
Right.
This is stuff he's been doing.
Right. He's been Kanye.
So and that's the thing. So when people us black people when they say something that's oh he crazy now. He
People
been doing
always
this.
quick to throw that word around, and it's like, but what is crazy though?
Well, it's when you go against the norm.
Exactly.
And if I say something like the thing about this, black people gotta learn to agree to agree to disagree. Just because I don't share your views doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Right.
And I told people that all the time. I'm like, yo, just because I don't believe what you say
Everyone
doesn't
has a
mean I'm wrong.
different perception
Yeah.
of everything. It's not like you're walking down the street talking to yourself or barking at people or doing some or trying to bite your elbow or something like that. You just have a different view. You say something that's I'm crazy. I'm telling people, okay, I'm crazy. Yeah, I'll be crazy. I go normal from time to time if I need to. But yeah, I'm crazy. I don't want to think like
Mm.
everyone else.
But here's the thing: I'd rather be the wolf than the sheep.
Right.
Because at least I know I'm not a lamb to the slaughter. Just because I don't follow what you do, like, and here's the thing: when you're ahead of your time, so I can just tell you, growing up, I really didn't listen to Go-Go. By the way, we're in the DMV area, we're in the DC, Washington, whatever. I really wasn't a Go-Go head.
Right.
I was in the comic books, and I was in the hip hop. When you go to DC now, you hear more hip hop than Go-Go. The last big budget movies that have came out over the last 10 years have been nothing but comic books. I was ahead of my time, and I never strayed my course. Like this is what I believed in. And I ain't saying Go-Go was bad or anything, but that was just me. I was more. I was listening to BDP while other people was listening to Rare Essence. I
Mm-hmm.
probably, even at my age, I probably only been to maybe 3 to 4 Go-Go's out of my life. And it's just not my thing. And it's not that I hate Go-Go or anything like that, but that's just not my thing. I'm different. Oh, I remember. Oh, you one of them, you New York niggas. Yeah, I'm from New York. Oh, you think you better than us. Yo, I heard it all.
Yeah, it's always when you're different, you think, oh, you think this. No, you think that. Like, let me be me. Like, I have no
Mm-hmm.
problem with someone being who they are. Let me
Yeah.
be who I am. Me and my cousin was just talking about this. She was like, you know what? I'm so weird and quirky. And she said, when I go out, my looks don't match my personality. 'Cause she's beautiful. So you look at her, and she was like, people think I'm one way, and then you talk to me, and they're like, oh, you're kind of weird. That's was our
Yeah.
conversation. It's like, yeah, you embrace being weird, embrace being yourself and being unique and being different, and
But you
then
have to, in order for you to grow, you have to be yourself, and then you have to be able to be different. Like I don't want to be the same as everybody else.
right.
Like, and the people who I deal with in life, I don't want them to be the same as everybody else. Like, if you want to be a leader, then be around people that lead. You can't be, you can't be trying to be a leader, a whole bunch of followers.
That is true.
You know, and I think people get lost in that. You
People
know,
get lost in a lot of shit, like TV
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, it's
And
so easy to be among the
it's
sleep.
yeah, it's
People always
and,
sleeping and
and and
not
here's the
paying
thing.
attention.
There are times that me and Dion may disagree on on something, but that doesn't stress none of our friendship. Like it doesn't make the Dion's a bad person because she disagreed with me. But what it is the fact that she may challenge me on something, I may challenge her on something, and we may share and we may build off of that. And that's what people don't realize. Just because a person may say, "Well, I disagree with you on that," that doesn't mean that you gotta stop talking to him or delete him off your social media, or you gotta be like, "I don't fuck with this nigga." You know what I'm saying? Well, we are so the cancel culture has corrupted, especially black culture, because we cancel everybody. Oh, you don't like Beyonce? Nah, you cancel. You don't like Nicki Minaj? You cancel.
You don't
We
like Mambo
cancel.
sauce?
Yo, you don't like
Cancel.
Mumbo? So you can't even be from DC. You cancel. Like we cancel everybody for some of the stupidest things.
But
And
yeah, people hanging around
mm,
niggas that don't take care of the kids though.
they won't cancel them. We won't
Right.
cancel being a deadbeat. Oh man, y'all you ain't taking your kids too. High five. Like what up, Rob? But the cancel culture, and this is what we do. People do the cancel culture, and we cancel people for some of the stupidest reasons. Oh, dog, you don't like Nikes? You think Adidas is better? Oh my God, you not a LeBron fan? I'm gonna cancel. You don't fuck with LeBron? Like we cancel
Yeah,
people for
I
the
don't hang
stupid
around
reason.
those
You
people.
know, it's
It's more to life than
than just
the
the
petty
what you
shit.
see. Yeah.
You gotta definitely think ahead, and you have to use your brain. Like, don't just believe stuff because other people believe it or because they're doing it. Like, I'm always doing the opposite of everything. And when I see a whole bunch of people doing something, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go this way. I still haven't seen Black Panther. I don't do a lot of this shit. Like, if something's popping, I'm like, no thanks. I'm gonna be over here. Let me read my book. Let me come and do my work. Let me come over here. I'm so like the opposite. I don't watch the same shit that everyone watches. Like, it's so different, but those are the people who change the world, the people that do things that other people won't do. You sacrifice certain things, you learn certain things, you have to prepare your mind to do certain things. People want to be successful, they want to do certain things, but they don't have the mindset to actually stay the course. They don't want to sacrifice all of those things.
A lot of
You
people.
know,
What it is this people are scared to change. And
yeah.
the thing about it is like when I first started doing internet radio podcasting or whatever, my partner was named Black GOP. He's a black Republican. We had difference of opinions, but that's what made the show work. And sometimes I would agree. Sometimes we could agree on everything. Sometimes we wouldn't. If I felt something, his political view was this and this, and it was always respectful. And then we go out and have a drink after the show, or actually it was 3 o'clock in the morning. We go and get breakfast after the show, chill and talk about the show. But we would it wouldn't affect us to mess up the business. And I
Yeah,
think that's what
people
the
get
thing is.
so emotional when it comes to certain things, and I'm like, and it be guys, they be so emotional most of the time too. And I'm like, yo, y'all be heated.
Y'all be on
They'll sit
some
and
Carl
argue,
Thomas
they'll
shit.
fight, they'll all this. And it all comes down to y'all can't handle your emotions properly. Like, you getting so mad and someone else make you so mad because they called you a name, or because maybe they stepped on your shoe, or because they're rooting for this team and not yours, or they don't have the same political view. Oh, okay, big deal. Who the fuck cares? Have a conversation and get the fuck over it.
Like I said, it's okay to disagree, but move past it. Don't let that "Oh, I can't fuck with them." You just cancel people for some of the dumbest reasons. I mean, but then again, this is why we don't move forward as a people. This is why we have one black president and one. Think about that. We was all
He's related
proud.
to George Bush, so.
We was all proud. We was all proud. But he went by default because after 8 years of George Bush, anybody could have got that. We could have had a green president at that point. He had us in a recession for like 8 years. Anybody would have came along, they'd have been like, yes.
And my thing is, how come with the presidency, how come it has to be a Republican and a Democrat? How come it couldn't be just the two best out of everybody? Like, why does it have to be one of this and one of that? Like, if someone has good views, why can't it just be the two top, the most
Well, I
popular
mean,
ones?
it all depends. If people would support the independent parties more, but we're trained. When I was in high school, when I was in high school, I was about to be 18, and I remember talking to my boss. He was a black guy, Edward Newsom. God bless his soul. And he made a statement that I didn't realize until I got older was wrong. And we were talking about politics. And his first thing he told me, well, when you vote, remember you black. Um, most black people are Democrats. And so because he told me that, I'm a kid. I'm about to be 18 in June. About to vote in
Yeah,
my
you
first
think you're supposed
election.
to be a Democrat.
So when I voted, I was going to vote. Actually, I was going to vote independent at first. And when he said that, he influenced my vote. And so because he said, well, most black people are Democrats, guess what I'll do? I vote Democrat. And because your mama voted Democrat,
Right.
um, and
People don't understand it's conditioning. Like they're so
so
mad when they're black Republicans, but it's like, why you mad at them for choosing something different? Like that's the whole thing. Like they just
we
chose that.
we are a product
We're
of
not born into democracy or being a Democrat, like to be like, oh,
yeah.
we have to be this.
We are a
No,
product of
why?
conditioning, and the thing is, but it shouldn't matter if the Democrat or Republican. We should. And I was just listening to Charlamagne the Breakfast Club, and he made a good point. It don't matter if the Democrat or Republican. Who has the interest of black people? Who has the best interest that's going to help us?
Yeah.
Because under Bill Clinton, someone shout out my man Rob. He said 1.5 under Bill Clinton. I disagree because under Bill Clinton, black people got locked up. Bill Clinton passed a bill that took black men away from their families, the Three Strikes Law. He had the biggest bill that, in fact, that as people like to joke to say he was the first black president. He put a bill that affected black people in a very negative way, even though he got all our votes. A lot of people don't know about that. And that bill put that three strikes law put a lot of black people away. That's when they started giving football numbers. So we need to vote for people that has our interests in heart,
Mhm.
whether they're independent, whether they're Republican, whether they're Democrat, whoever has, and that's how we have to carry our vote now. If we move together as a unit, we would be
Right.
more
And
powerful.
people are so in their feelings and listening to these people on the radio bashing Donald Trump and saying all this stuff. And I'm not saying I'm pro anybody or anti anybody. All I'm saying is, do you guys even know what he's done in the past, like all this time? We can see on the surface that shit's bad, it's fucked up, but there's a lot of things that's happened. And then there's a lot of stuff that was happening even in the Obama administration and other times where the shit doesn't happen the way you see it on the news. Like what laws are being passed? Just like Joaquin said, you got to be informed. What are they going to do that's in the best interest of us? We got Obamacare, but do you guys really understand what that means? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you guys understand everything that they are saying, everything that they are proposing before you just look at the surface and, oh, I don't like this guy, or he's an asshole, or we got to um, vote for Biden because he's for black people? But is he? What is he going to do for us? Because I swear I watched last night. I still don't know what he's going to do for black people after watching it.
Well, when you talk about like we talk about, let's talk about Obamacare for a quick second. Had the people, Obamacare was talked about in his first presidency, and he didn't get done to the second presidency. And the reason why is because we were too busy patting ourselves on the back to vote for the Senate. So we got lazy. I got shit. I didn't go out and vote for the senators, and it was like, oh shit, I voted for the black president. I did everybody. Oh yeah. We pat
2 years
ourselves on the back.
later.
So Obamacare would have been passed damn near 8 years ago, or 4 years before that, if we would have did what we were supposed to do. But once again, we didn't. We got satisfied, and then we didn't see what was going on. Who had our vested interests? You know, um, we black people don't understand the power of the black dollar. The black dollar basically
Mm.
runs the world. We done made
Say it again.
Timberland rich. We done made Tommy Hilfiger rich, Gucci rich. Who else have we done made billionaires?
Right now we
Uh,
making Amazon rich as fuck. So I know I am.
and yeah,
I
but
am pro Amazon.
but that's how powerful the black dollars
Yeah,
are.
it's very
We
powerful.
made basketball players, these sports franchises rich,
We
and
dictate everything and don't even know it. We don't understand how powerful
but
we are.
we don't know how to use our dollar, because here's the thing: if we took our money, like when Colin Kaepernick got on the knee and they didn't want to, if black dollars, if people would have been like, you know what, we're really gonna boycott football. Not only would he had a job, his job back or anything, he would have never lost his job. He would have got a pay increase, and we would have created change. What ended the Montgomery boycott? It wasn't the fact that they weren't. It wasn't the fact that they felt bad for black people. It was the fact that
It was
the bus
money.
company was like, "Damn, we losing a lot of money. If we gonna lose this much money, I'm gonna let them sit up front. I don't care. The only color I care about at this point is green."
Right. Yeah.
But see, back then they had the
So
fortitude.
fucking true.
They had the fortitude to walk the work. We don't even got the fortitude nowadays to be like, well, Colin Kaepernick did what? I'm still gonna watch football. I
Right.
didn't tell that nigga to bend the knee.
And we don't even gotta walk to work anymore. Most of us is like working remote. So yeah, take your money. Like they have Blackout Tuesday. They did that one time,
Mm.
or I don't even know if they're still doing it. But it's
They
like,
do it
how
every
come y'all
now and
ain't
then.
block it out for a whole month or
Mm-mm.
for 2 months? Or why you ain't doing it now? If you want all the killings and stuff to
Mm.
stop, why don't we change and do something else different and stop spending our money
Mm.
and giving it to them? Like we're just giving it away. We're
Like,
not really changing it, but we could if we really got together
just
and did it.
imagine, just like this pandemic, right? Shut down a lot of local businesses. Just imagine if the town where Breonna Taylor lived in, right? If every black person said, until we get justice, I am not going to shop at any of these mainstream stores. You know how fast that dude would be arrested?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's affecting the income of the town. But we don't use the power of the black dollar wisely. We use the power of the black dollar. We'll be like, oh yeah, justice for Breonna Taylor, and then we'll go buy the white store to go spray paint a sign so we can go march.
Right.
They still got paid. That's all they care about.
Yeah.
You got to hit people
And we
where
can't
it
fuck up our
hurts.
own shit. We can't keep killing our own people. You know what I'm saying? Expect shit to get better. Like, how can we expect other people to respect our lives and say our lives matter when we don't even respect our lives and half the time because we're killing each other, you know? And then when you see us killing us, there's no snitching, you know? And then it's like, okay, but how are we supposed to still rise as a people and still get better and still get the results that we want if we can't even come together all the
That's a good point. We, you know, it's funny because people say no snitching, but people snitch all the time.
time?
I can tell you now, I got family members that went to jail because they didn't get caught because someone snitched on them. So it's just it's amazing how on social media the same dudes that be like no snitching on social media be the biggest snitch.
And those be the ones on 48 out. What is
They
it?
first
Yeah,
48.
the first 48.
The dudes that be yelling no snitching be the first dudes. As soon as they get in front of the cop or the judge, they would turn into Kashi 6ix9ine real quick. Your Honor, it was Carly B, Jim Jones. They were all Treyway. Like they will turn like a mug.
You don't even have to pay. You just gotta threaten them. One little threat, you just like look, and then that's all it is.
Because they act like they really everybody wants to be part of the streets until it's time to be part of the streets. And when they actually see what happened, when they be like, "Oh, we about to give you some football numbers," oh no, I ain't from the streets.
They're not about that
You,
life for real.
Your Honor, I was extorted. I was lost. So a lot of people say that, but yeah, they snitch like a mug.
Yeah. And say when you speak like that, people want to pull your black card.
Man, these dudes be snitching. Like Jim Jones be balling, they be snitching hard. You know. And the thing about it is,
And shout out to everybody that is watching right now. It's
uh,
okay.
the streets don't love you. And that's what you gotta understand. I ain't and don't get me wrong. I ain't telling nobody to snitch. My brother has done 2 terms. He ain't never snitched. My cousin just came home. He ain't never snitched. Like, and I applaud them because they understood what they did. Not telling you to go out to commit, but if you're gonna do the crime, then you know what comes with it. They,
Right.
you
Don't
know,
snitch to get
and
a lesser sentence because you still did some shit fucked up. You want to ruin someone else's life.
one of the realest things my brother ever said was when the police asked him, when the attorney general asked him to snitch, he said no. And then he said the reason why was why would I put somebody else's family with from my family going through what my family is going through. He's like, you know what? I'd rather do my time. I understand what I did was wrong, but I'd rather just do my time. I'm not gonna put them through, you know, person mother crying to sleep. I literally watched my mother cry herself to sleep for a year. You know, um, I
All
live.
because someone snitched.
You know, I witnessed my nephew call me daddy because he didn't see his father for like 6 months because I was the only male around. He thought I was his father. You know, why put your family through stuff like that when you don't have to? And I respect that. You know, if you go and play the game, know the rules.
Yeah, being mad at take it.
And
That's
if you
why I
ain't,
tell my son all the time. I'm like, look, don't go out here and do nothing stupid because if you do something and get caught, are you willing to accept the consequences? And if you don't think you can accept the consequences for your actions, don't do that shit. Like, I
if
tell
you
him
ain't
all the
built,
time.
yeah, if you ain't built like that, stay your ass in the house.
Yeah,
Stay your ass on the
uh-uh.
porch.
Every time he leaves out, make the decisions. All right, I love you. Remember our talks, you
Yeah,
know.
make a better decision. You know. So, so we had a. I was just watching, not watching, but I was reading the other day. Carly B got an $800 tip to say hi to somebody on her OnlyFans account. I was like, damn, just to say hi, and people were mad at her about that.
What? They mad because she got $800?
Yes, like why are we so crazy as a society that she's mad that
Why does it
she's getting
even
money?
matter? Why do you care? Why do you care so much? And why are you so mad at that?
They
If
were.
someone be able to get some money like that, like fuck that. Like be proud. You should aspire to want to be that. Like someone just paying you just to say hi to somebody. Like step your game up. Don't get mad at someone because they are getting paid for that.
But people were in her inbox like,
Some people don't even get that in a week, so
yeah.
they probably like real mad.
But people in her inbox like, um, all you said was hi. That's all you could say for $800. But that's all he asked. And the thing about it is, like, and I told the story before. One, that's for one.
Was he
That's,
happy?
yes.
He was happy. He was satisfied. He
One
got
is
paid.
two.
So why
First,
the fuck do you care?
first off, it's his money. If he wants to do what he wants to, we don't know
You
what
mad
his.
because he got the 800 to spend? Y'all, you're mad because y'all don't
He
got the
might be a
800.
multi-millionaire. We don't know. That might have been a drop in the bucket for him. You don't know. That's the first thing. It's his money. He can do what he wants. Second, if he's happy at the results, what's the problem? Third,
People have never met her to do but to be mad and miserable because they mad and miserable.
but third, I actually, like, my nephew met Carly B. Renegade met Carly B before she blew up. She's a very
I
accessible
was on
person.
stage with Cardi B too.
She's a very accessible person. Like she wound up calling his girl at the time. He just met outside the club. He said, "Hey, loudmouth." She came over. They laughed, and he said, "Yo, my girlfriend's your biggest fan, and let me call her." You know, unfortunately, she was asleep. But she actually got on the phone and she was going to say hi. Like she's a very accessible person. Like if that dude chose to tip her just to say that, that's him. We don't know what his bank account looks like, but we're speculating.
And who the fuck cares anyway? Y'all just mad. Sit down somewhere. Like
People get mad at some of the dumbest things, though.
I don't even get $800 in a week, and she got it just for saying hi.
Oh, you gonna say it's hi? That's all he asked.
That's what I'm saying. Like all it is like, well, work harder and take this time instead of being mad and worrying about why and how that happened. Make it so that you can get it like that. You know what I mean? Like that's what you used to be worrying about. Like, okay, well, damn, if I'm not at that level, how can I get to that level? I want to be like that. I want to be able to do this so I can get paid like that. Okay, then work on it.
Shoot, shoot. Shout out to my man Keys the Poet. He joined in on my IG live. Um,
What up?
what up? What up? What up? But definitely, it's. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, people just have opinions about the stupidest thing. When the stuff that you should have opinions of, you don't. And the stuff that you
That's
shouldn't.
true too. You got opinions about the wrong stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you totally
So,
worried about the wrong thing right now. Like all the shit that's going on right now, and you're mad that she got paid $800 to say hi to someone.
why you worried about? Why you? I never understood checking on other people's pockets. Like, if somebody gave you $1 million, then I'm not gonna be like, well, damn. I'll be like, yo,
Well,
shit,
shit, you
that's
got
a
$1
come
million
up.
dollars.
Good look. You know
Oh,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
getting it. Give me like a year.
I'm be like,
Uh-uh.
yeah, but I'm gonna be like, yo, that's a good look. I'd rather congratulate than to worry about what's in your pocket or how you got it. You know, whatever. Why hate on something so small? I just don't understand people at
Right.
times.
That's cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a lot of people mad.
Exactly, exactly. Mm.
I already am
Mm.
embracing it.
Well, you should. I mean, well, that's one of the. Let's just talk about that real quick. Because you use the a word that people don't that a lot of people say but don't understand. So she's already says I'm embracing it. The first step in achieving something is the believing that you can do it or an envision that you can do it.
Mhm.
A lot of y'all can't even envision your ass out the bed. That's why y'all ain't gone nowhere.
Shit. Oh shit, that is so true
If you can,
though.
if you cannot visualize your success, you'll never be able to get to it. I watched everything that you told me that you wanted to do. Boom, 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 boom. You took the steps. You did it. Did it. Did it. Did it. Did it. Did it. Did it.
Yeah, write that shit down.
So you can get a vision board. You can write it down. It's whatever you need to do. You got a smartphone. You can put in your smartphone. Look at it every day instead of watching Pornhub. Look at your vision board in your smartphone. Because obviously, if Pornhub ain't got you no girls yet, you should just stop watching it.
Yep.
Um,
Like that dream of reality, yo. It's for real.
so you gotta start envision your success. If you're not envisioning your success, you just shouldn't expect to be
You have to
successful.
see it. I see mine already.
You
So
see
I
it.
know it's coming. So, and I'm taking the proper steps to get there. Meeting the right people,
Mm.
getting rid of the wrong people.
But that's but see, that's
Yeah,
another step too that a lot of people don't
don't skip
understand.
that step. You got to make
I,
sure you don't skip that step. That's a very important step.
it's probably one of the most. It's probably the second most important. It's getting rid
Trimming the
of
fat, getting rid of
getting
all of the.
yeah. You get rid of the people that don't want to see you succeed because them people will try to keep you back. They are energy vampires.
Mm-hmm.
They are literally there to suck the life out you.
For real.
And you'll find out once you eliminate those people how quickly you get to the other steps. Because
Mm-hmm.
I've done it myself. Oh, you know what? And they could be they could be family members, but sometimes you gotta eliminate them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta block them out your phone.
And you don't gotta say bye forever.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta, you know what? Yo, fam, you do you over here. I'm good over here. I'm good. We gonna text every now and then. I don't hate you. Godspeed.
Right.
If you need me, call. But if their spirit is bringing you down,
Yeah. Fuck out of there.
run. Run like it's a
Get
bad
out of there.
relationship.
I'm all about that energy now. When I feel that shit, I feel that chill, that negative shit. I'm like, I'm out of here. Like, I'm gone. I can't have that around me. Like, and you could be cool as shit, but I refuse to have you drain or try to take my light away. Like, no one's gonna steal my light. I'm just like so positive and so full of, nothing can touch me. I'm in my own bubble, and I don't want none of that negative shit around me. Cause how can I prosper with that negative shit?
You can't.
You just yeah, cause
Yeah.
look, birds of a feather flock together. So what I look like hanging around five miserable bitches? That doesn't and expect to be happy. How can I be happy and everyone around me is sad as shit all the time, or they're depressed, or they're whatever? Nah. There ain't nothing wrong being depressed, but nah, don't I can't be around everybody that's fucking depressed, because then you gonna start
Then you gonna get depressed.
yeah, you gonna drag me down.
Yeah.
That's every time I talk to someone, they're telling me some depressing shit. I'm gonna start feeling sad. I
Well,
can't have that and expect to, flourish.
yeah, true. Energy vampires are real. There are people that will suck the life out of you. I once told my mother this. She had a friend. We use that term loosely. That called her every day with something negative. And then in turn, my mother day would start off crazy and bad. So I looked at my mother one day and I said, every day I watch you answer the phone and she has something bad about her kids, gossip about the neighborhood, whatever. I said, do me a favor. And I told her, this is how you start your day off. I said, stop answering the phone. She said, what? I said, stop answering the phone. I said, stop answering the phone. When she calls, just let it ring. And then go and then see how your day turns out. And then she looked at me one day, about a year or two later, and said, you know what? Since I started doing that, my day has gotten better.
Yeah, that shit is real. Like, you are who you hang around. And thoughts are things. If you always thinking negative shit's gonna keep happening
Well,
to
thoughts
you.
become reality. If you think
Yeah.
negative stuff, negative shit's gonna happen.
hmm Yeah. That's why you gotta be grateful for shit. Stop
Mhm.
thinking about the shit that you don't have or what's going wrong, and start being appreciative and grateful for the things that are going right, because then you want to get more of that and more positive things. The more positive vibrations you put out there, the more positivity comes back to you. So you got to make sure you putting those vibes out there. I got the vibe. That's why when people around me, they're like, oh man, I like hanging around you. I always feel good when I'm around you. Yeah, bitch, because I'm happy. I'm happy with myself. I love myself, and I spread that. My name's Joy. So I want to spread joy, and then I want to make you feel how I'm feeling. So if you're around me, I'm going to try to make you feel good because I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
People that are miserable, they're gonna hate you. They're gonna be mad. They don't want you to be happy because they're unhappy. So of course they're gonna talk bad about you. They're gonna find something wrong with you. They're gonna make these comments. No, cut that shit out of your life. Tell them to go their own way, because you can't function like that, and you can't expect to get opportunities, you know, like that, or be put in certain situations or get good things when you're hanging around all of this negativity all the time. It doesn't work like that.
The most powerful statement I've ever really heard, and it's true, is misery loves company. You ever notice when a person is miserable, they tell everybody, "Oh, so and so pissed me off. So and so did this. So and
Right,
so
but
did
do
that.
something nice.
Did that." And then everybody gets mad because a miserable person. Oh yeah, they want everybody to be mad in their circle.
Yeah.
Misery loves company, and it feeds like an infection.
Yeah, that's worse than Corona. You talking about, oh, everyone's mad, worried about catching Corona. Nah, bitch, I'm worried about catching your negative vibes. Stay away from me with that negative shit, because that is more catching than the flu and Corona. You can,
It's even worse.
yeah. You
you
can,
know.
you can, man, you can brighten someone's day up with just a smile or a hey or give them a compliment. You know how I can change someone's day around?
Well, when they do come you with the miserable shit, yo, just curb that shit and make it, yo, okay, but what else is positive? Okay, your boyfriend cheated on you, but you breathing, you still got a car and you still got a job. So the most thing you got to do is get rid of him,
Right. He
and you
went, he
still
went for
good,
you, girl. You can do
and you still
better.
good. So you
Okay,
focus on
nigga.
the most positive thing,
Right,
and
because
that's
you gotta
and
have the positive people around you to
yeah,
make you feel like that. See, a positive person will spin that shit and make you feel better. A negative person is gonna make you even feel worse or sink down to like you'll feel so much better and lighter on your feet when you just cut off all the negative people, or at least stop talking to them as much.
yeah, you will
I'm gonna talk to you
definitely.
just on Friday, but once a week I'm gonna give you my little how. I'm gonna shoot you a hey text or whatever, a little, was it GIF, a GIF,
A
whatever,
gift,
a
yeah.
GIF.
Send them a what up gift, peace sign.
Yeah, hey, like one of these, like something funny, and then that's it.
You
That's it. You don't gotta engage. Don't let them like suck you in. You know.
you just gotta be careful because when you want the people that's gonna pick you up, not the people that's gonna keep you down.
Right.
If I'm on the ground and you on the ground,
we both want to grab.
then we both on the ground. Then we gonna get up. Fuck you gonna get up? We just gonna be two motherfuckers on
We gonna call that
the
number. What's that? Help I falling and I can't get up.
Yeah, if you ain't got the little watch bracelet
Life
on,
alert.
life alert. We just two motherfuckers on the ground at this point. But if I'm on the ground and you pick me up, I can get the dirt off my shoulder. I can start
Hey,
anew. And that's the difference. Like I want people that's gonna pick me up if I fall, and I want to be
I
the
know,
person to pick
right?
my friends up if they fall.
And that's me. I'm the go-to. Like, you want to feel better about your life, bitch? Call me. Like, I'll make you feel so good about yourself
Mhm.
and make you change your whole aspect of life. It's like you can't be around me in that smile
Mhm.
or that laugh.
Mhm.
If you get high, great. You want to smoke some weed, we can laugh together. If not, that's cool too.
Yeah, that's coming.
I'll still bring the vibes. You'll be all right.
Definitely, definitely.
You get that contact.
Sure, but and that's what it is basically. You want to contact another person's happiness. You want to be
Yeah.
able to feed off of that, and that changes your outlook. That changes your day. Um, one thing you look at little babies. They're always happy. You know why? Because they don't think about the shit that we go through.
Yeah.
And you gotta focus on the positive. Like, damn, the baby happy just to walk. He just happy to be fed, to crawl, and get his diaper changed.
I bet he is happy to get his fucking diaper changed. I would be too.
Yeah, I would be too if I'm sitting on the pile of shit. But you know, but you gotta have that mentality. You gotta be able to embrace your happiness. You gotta be able to fight for your happiness like you fight for Jordans now. Like,
Yeah, I
you
know,
know,
right?
fight for your happiness like you fight for them new sneakers or like you fight for material things. Because your happiness should be one of the most important things that you should have in life.
And a lot of people aren't happy, and that's the thing. Like that, like I said, that's the worst virus. I'm gonna get a shirt like that. I gotta think of how I'm gonna say it, but
And
that's worse
happiness
than
is a
Corona.
virus.
Yeah.
It is. You know, worse than Corona, worse
Fucking
than the
being
flu.
a miserable bitch is a virus.
Yeah, you should.
Miserable bitch syndrome.
Exactly.
Got MBS.
All right, so we about to get up out of here. I'm about to play some videos. Dion, you got some shout outs?
Oh yeah, I want to shout out to myself. So
That's a good
shout
one to
out to the
start
Joy
with.
Luck Club. You know, doing big things. Make sure you follow JLC official. Make sure you get some merchandise. You know, and support me in all of my endeavors. There's a lot upcoming. Got a podcast coming up. You know, doing some big things. And yeah, and shout out to Rakim 151 for having me.
Cool.
And yeah, and all of the positive people. Namaste.
That's good. So shout out to my man Assad. He's the one that makes Akuza clothing line. He's also the one that makes the At the Bar shirts and the Sports on the Hill shirts. If you need an At the Bar shirt, then you can contact me. Hit me in my DM. For the males, it's 25. For the females, it's 20. Yeah, hit my DM for that. And actually, I'm about to send one of my nephews. We also got the Renegade shirts too. So my nephew actually just got about to send him out 2 Renegade shirts in Georgia. So that's always good. And shout out to my girl Nadia. She's also watching, supporting the At the Bar podcast. We're gonna have her on here pretty soon so she can talk about her great adventures that she does, you know, singing and all that other good stuff. And then to anybody that's listening, I mean, you know, and shout out to Dion because, like I said, I've gone some incredible places with Dion. We've met we met people like Ace Hood. I done met ambassadors. I done met, celebrities, millionaires. Like, forget going to a club when your house is the size of the club. Like, Lamborghinis parked out front type millionaires. Like, not rented Lamborghinis, like real Lamborghinis. Like, they own it. Like, people saying, oh, no, don't go home. Come to the club. I'm going to pay all y'all way in and get a table. Bro, I got to work in the morning. Man, nah, man, just go ahead. I'm buy all the bottles all night long. You like, I don't know. Got to live in the party with this dude. When I have to pause about drinking, it's a problem. But for real, but these are some of the people that we've met on some realness. So shout out to that, and we're always having fun. So, oh yeah, be on. I think pretty soon. I'm not gonna give the exact date, but we'll be having the official video for Money playing pretty soon. Me and Renegade talked about it. So once we get the exact date, it's going to be on, and the video is amazing. I've given some people some sneak previews of it, and it's like that. So I'm gonna end this with a video.
Shout out to Rakim, get in contact.
Definitely. Who can I play? Well, it's my show, so we're gonna play a Renegade video. Oh yeah.
I don't get this motherfucker right. If you ain't a boss, switch your position. They hating me on the low. I cannot listen. I pack your bag if you trippin'. I got me your superstition that you been looking for ways. Get me up off this mission. My grandma told me, boy, watch what you pitching. You stay safe at the base. and not what you whipping. They just all in my business. Scotty knows just where to pippin'. Flow like I be rapping, tiptoeing J's when I'm riffing. They say I be hot, but I think I'm sizzling. Surgically put on the clinic, spit it out just to a dentist. Try to do me some good, but they say I'm a menace. We back and forth like it's tennis, and I can't mold out my image. But we can't really change what you already felt, and nobody can say we never did help, never did it to mention. So let's calm all the tension. Let's just show you what's real and just get back to this business, you know. Trying to make a flip up off a quarter P. This is what it is and what it's supposed to be. I've been right here if you ain't noticed me. It's them Southside Squad niggas for the D. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. A rapper step up to me, that be a no-no. I be deaf cause they so-so, WWE. I got the game in a chokehold, stamp it just like a logo. Just keep it on the low-low, they like I'm back on my mojo. Man, I still be great, either riding or solo. Used to bag up them Cinco's, just to make back that Ocho. Going into OT, when I was loving that Coco. Spit it all on some promo, I'm talking tables and photos. Dying for what I love, I forgot about the Toto. Don't become a D-Russ, that mean you breaking the bro code. Man, all of these threats, I might just buy me a fofo. Try and get all of these checks, so I don't see you just no more. Man, you rapping ass niggas, I see you done change. Even when I touch my first million, I stay the same. You can't deliver the know. Fuck this game like a porno. They hearing this like, oh no, ain't from DC, but he go. Trying to make a flip up off a quarter P. This is what it is and what it's supposed to be. I've been right here if you ain't noticed me. It's them Southside Squad niggas 40 deep. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me. We been right here if you ain't noticed me.
Wish I could hang out with my partners on some Key and Peele. I can't trust no one, niggas fluky, Jesus take the wheel. Gotta keep the Nina on me, niggas flip out what's the deal. Swear I ain't here to shoot nobody, but trust me nigga, I will. Wish I could hang out with my partners on some Key and Peele. I can't trust no one, niggas fluky, Jesus take the wheel. Gotta keep the Nina on me, niggas flip out what's the deal. Swear I ain't here to shoot nobody, but trust me nigga, I will. Right now I'm done broke, but I'm living expensive. Get the Benji, then I flip it. I gotta go out and get it. I gotta grab from a meal, gotta run up the statistics, analytics. Gotta go pop me a pill. It's crazy that you niggas really do not even get it. Twist it, flip it, pop it, spin it, kick it. I got it, go get it. Fit it, head up on my head with Detroit on it. You don't get it. Eastside baby like the party. If she show it, I'ma grip it. Shoot my shot like I'm Scott Pippen. Pussy juice on my hang out with my partners on some Key and Peele. I can't trust no one, niggas fluky. Jesus take the wheel. Gotta keep the Nina on me, niggas flip out what's the deal. Swear I ain't here to shoot nobody, but trust me nigga, I will. Wish I could hang out with my partners on some Key and Peele. I can't trust no one, niggas fluky, Jesus take the wheel. Gotta keep that Nina on me, niggas flip out what's the deal. Swear I ain't here to shoot nobody, but trust me nigga, I will. When I hit it, I'm relentless. Gotta get out of feelings. When I pull up with the partners, yeah, I'm clutching, I ain't slipping. Leave the bodies on the scene, don't move, don't make no quick decisions. But every action is a reaction. Move too quick, I got precision. I ain't even from the hood, it's something more suburbs, something just hood. Smoke me some gas, then I run it up. I do it like a king should. Probably my dog give a wood. My stay, I don't think I should. Now, baby, I feel like Suge. Bring your chick, I give a wood. Hang out with my partners on some Key and Peele. I can't trust no one, niggas fluky, Jesus take the wheel. Gotta keep the Nina on me, niggas flip out what's the deal. Swear I ain't here to shoot nobody, but trust me nigga, I will. Wish I could hang out with my partners on some Key and Peele. I can't trust no one, niggas fluky, Jesus take the wheel.
Nah, man. I'm so tired of making this chicken for Mr. Johnson. I don't know if I can do it anymore, bro.
Me either. What do you think this is, Popeyes or something?